Welcome back, everyone, to the next session of Reditus. Let's go over a recap from last week, which is episode 101. So, the meeting began with a jarring revelation from Gar. The magical threads floating above the room represented infinite timelines, and the party's timeline was completely broken. The sheer weight of this vision nearly drove Trey mad with sensory overload until an automaton named Elion snapped him out of it. Gar gathered trusted allies with a few goals. Break Centaurium's grip on the islands and give people true freedom was just one of them. To do this, they needed ships. Felix had revealed that he was rebuilding a massive Centaurium vessel at the docks in New Moria. Damian also explained that there was a damaged submersible in the water just north of Haven. And Gar had mentioned the failed attempt to retrieve the Mind's Devourer, and with this, Trey handed the powerful gauntlets over to Gar, who promised to prepare the ritual to activate them. The council unanimously agreed that Cinco-Sen must be stopped, and is likely hiding on the island of Erol. A landmass had vanished 2 weeks ago, possibly into intersecting ley lines. Furthermore, Elion theorized that Atlas's energy did return not to his tower as intended, but instead manifested in its original resting place on the island of Ninak. As these plans were laid bare, a mysterious silent elf named Lucam entered, watching the group from the edges of the room. When Magnus was brought in to give intel, tempers flared. The conversation quickly shifted to the massive liability that is Varys. Fearful that Varys will betray the party at a crucial moment, Gar demanded they find a way to control him. A dragonborn named Forlock offered a solution: the living clay, a rare substance found only on an unmarked northern island called Kilian. To make matters tenser, Jak revealed that Varys had pulled him aside, warning him not to trust Elion, claiming Elion isn't what he seems. Varys refused to elaborate, claiming he's just protecting himself. Finally, Gar asked the group for a personal favor: to retrieve a powerful relic from Trey's old home in the Underdark. Magnus adamantly protested, warning that the journey requires fighting through a mad wizard, an ancient dragon, and a legion of drow warriors. As the meeting was dismissed, Magnus pulled Trey back for one final cryptic warning. He handed Trey a strange sword hilt, smiled, and whispered that in private, Trey could call him Simulai. Be right back to see what happens next.
We've mourned our dead, but broken blades can still be drawn. Rise up now, the war's not gone. Darius walks where shadows feed. A debt is owed, a price to creed. Jak rides hard on lightning's wing. No mercy left in anything. Trey calls forth from time unknown.
Welcome back. Christmas music, it's a village. You don't like it?
It just sounds like I'm in a Christmas movie, like a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh, wow. That's fine. So, as we left off, Felix had been held back with Magnus in the main room as Gar was kind of putting his papers together. Everybody else had left, moving into the lounge area across the hallway to the other side. As the group, as you all enter, you see that the people from the meeting have all come in here. It doesn't look like anybody has left. And you see the groups of people kind of scattered around the room. As you walk in, you see these couches kind of set out at right angles. there's a very low hum or vibration happening within the room. As soon as you walk in, you feel immediately comfortable. The temperature within the room seems to match what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel good as you walk in. Like as Lapidus kind of comes in, it feels a little bit more chill. The same for Trey. As Elion comes in, he kind of feels this kind of warm brush over him. So you come in, you hear kind of mumbles, chattering, as you kind of look across the room, and you see there's about 12 different sort of seating areas all spread out. You see the groups of people spread. Immediately to your left, as you walk in, you see Jasper. You see his back. He's talking to Elion, who is sitting down on one of the couches. You see Demantrum and Arrow Keen off to the left-hand side. And you see everybody spread out within the room. What do you guys wish to do?
Does this look like a room Jak can relax in?
Yes, you can definitely tell. The moment you set in, these couches look extremely lavish. You can tell from where you are, the material they're made from is exquisite. You see small tables, small candles placed around. You can tell that this place is designed for relaxation.
Yeah, I think Jak is just gonna not draw any attention, let people relax as he is tired. And he is going to go take a seat on an empty couch. And when he sits down, he's going to lean back on the couch and kind of tuck himself in, adjust his weapons if need be, and kind of look over to Reen and just pat his leg to call her to him.
Yeah, for sure. As soon as you go in, you immediately kind of turn to the right, see it's vacant there, and head on over, Reen following to the side as you kind of like slide back on the couch, kind of take a corner piece of it in the L shape and kind of snuggle in there. What's
And I
everybody
don't
else
think,
doing?
sorry, I was gonna say, I don't think Jak would give any time. If he's comfortable and feels safe and relaxed, he'll probably drift off.
Okay, yeah, you just kind of sit back and start to relax, just kind of keeping yourself a little bit conscious, but any opportunity, taking the nod. Darius, what would you be doing?
So we're now post meeting, I assume.
Yes, you've dispersed from the meeting room and all headed into this lounge area.
Okay. What time is it approximately?
It's approximately about 11 a.m.
Oh boy. And we haven't rested yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, you guys did get a short rest in the main room where you arrived.
Yeah. That's not helpful for the rest of everything. I think Darius would look for. Is Gar in this room? Sorry, did you mention?
No. So Gar is still in the main room with Trey and Magnus.
Okay. I guess Darius will just go sit on one of the couches and just chill out until Gar gets there, and he wants to know if there's like quarters for him or something where he can actually go and crash.
Okay. So do you want to kind of find an area by yourself? Do you want to go where Jak is, or kind of spread out? This place is basically.
I would go nearby Jak, but I wouldn't I don't need to be on the same couch as him.
Yeah, for sure. So you go to a facing couch. If you do have Talespire, I can bring you in just so you get a better visual.
Okay, well,
Elion kind of shuffles behind Jak and goes in the seat behind, kind of keeping himself to himself right now. Very wary of the rest of the room. You see him, his eyes kind of like darting around, trying to take it all in, trying to see where everybody's positioned, like who's talking to who, why would they be talking to each other. You can see this look of kind of a little bit of suspicion and wariness on his face. Lapidus walking directly over to where Demantrum is. You see him walk halfway down the left-hand side, and you see him over talking to Demantrum, who you see Arakeen is standing behind him. So back in the other room, Felix, as Oh, sorry. No, Felix, you enter the room. Let's try in the other.
I
room.
did. Yes. I entered the room. Yeah.
So as you enter the room, you take in the room. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna walk in and I'll look around. I see Jak and I walk over and as Jak is like getting comfortable and starting to close his eyes, I sit down right beside him, just just slap his leg and be like, Jak, how you doing, bud? It's been so long. I feel like and you look different, not just Reen, but like you look different too. Like what? Like look at your weapons. Like what's going on? What have you been up to?
Jak like kind of shakes his kind of as he was trying to relax, and he kind of like leans forward a little bit. I'm good. And he kind of holds out his wrist where you could clearly notice the gauntlets that he was wearing are no longer on him. Just a lot of stuff. And now I've got quite an array of things, and he's gonna hold his hand out, and you'll see the same smoke you see that comes off of Darius when he is dealing with the Mantrum, and you'll see that purple smoke just apparate in his hand, and you'll see this rod appear in his hands, and then it disappears immediately. And he kind of flicks the back of Data's bow, and kind of slowly reveals the Nolja pistol. A lot of things have happened. I've got a lot more in tune with magic, and I guess the gauntlets weren't good for me, so now they're in my bag. And you're carrying a is that a briefcase?
Yeah. This is kind of the current design. I've been tinkering with the suit a bit more in terms of how to kind of move around with it in a way that, well, I'm not, I don't want to be wearing it all the time. I don't know that this is the best solution, but this is what I've got for now. Anyway, it still equips itself quickly and easily, which is great. But yeah, I've been on the road well since the last time that I saw you guys traveling around.
Yeah, no, I remember I enjoyed the fight and kind of hoped you stayed, but I know you've got bigger and better plans going on.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on a lot of stuff with New Memoria, and now as priority with the ship, and I do miss traveling with you guys though, and I'm hoping to, with everything going on, that I can get involved and help out. This is serious stuff.
It is a lot's come to light.
Colin, it's still happening.
Oh, the music's kicking in.
Yeah, it's
That
really
music's
loud.
like
Yeah.
super loud.
So loud.
All right, it's turned off.
I'm like, excellent. No, Reen got better and bigger and stronger, and I guess the Mantrum was able to sever the connection to Draconis, and now she's like independent and kind of functions on her own, and it's unlocked a lot more abilities for her and I. We decimated a beholder the other day, and I did something I never thought I could do, lighting up my arrows, and he kind of pulls one of them out, and he's like, it turned into this large electric beam, and it was interesting.
Oh, that's awesome. Where all have you guys been? I think I was in an Arocon for a little bit. You guys have been there, right? You guys
Yeah,
were
we
talking
went
about it earlier.
Yeah, we've been to Arakan.
Yeah, did you guys spend any time at the Starboard? Man, the drinks there are pretty good. I had a great time there. Really enjoyed the bartender.
We went to a few places. There was a
You guys ran into him when you were there?
into what was it called again?
He was the goblin bartender, correct?
Yeah, great. Yeah. I had some interesting chats with him.
There was a shopkeeper who was quite kind and pretty.
Oh, actually, you know what? That reminds me. I ran into your friend on the road before I came here, Dana. Yeah.
You see Jack's like face kind of go white for a minute. Oh,
Thank you.
Dana is wonderful.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. We spent some time together. I got to know her quite a bit. Quite the interesting story. But I mean, I'm sure you know, you guys traveled together for a while, right?
Yeah, the bow I wield is hers.
Yeah. I ran into her. Gersha. I don't know if you've been there. I was on my way to Crampton. She's from there, actually. I guess you probably knew that. But we were working on a deal for her family for material supply in terms of not just for New Memoria, which is a lot of the deals that I've been working on, but potentially for the islands themselves. Once we're able to travel, if everything goes according to plan.
I know she planned on visiting her family. I don't know how long she'll be there, but I kind of hope we run into her again.
Yeah, she was great to talk to.
She was at Fort Ramlin as we left Arakan, and
yeah, I was there too. Interesting, kind of a weird atmosphere there when I was there, but I was there for a short time. It just didn't amount to much for me in terms of my goals, but
I feel like they're probably worse off with Centaurium control.
That's the impression that I got as well, unfortunately. I've been so focused on everything with rebuilding New Memoria and the ship, but some of the stuff that we heard in the meeting, it's kind of news to me. I guess stuff you guys have found out on your travels in terms of how bad things actually are in relation to Centaurium.
You see Jack kind of spacing out, like looking off at Reen as he's like petting her with one hand, and it seemed very spacey when Dana's brought up.
Yeah. Anyway, so Darius, how are you doing?
Well, I'm not dead. I just know that can be said for a couple of our group members already.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely not the life I'm used to. But, I'm learning more about myself. I can stand up for myself now. So I guess I'm good.
So what are you guys... I mean, that was heavy stuff back there. What are you guys going to do? What's your plan? What's next?
Every time we have a plan, it never seems to really go how we planned.
I don't think we should bother going back to that hold with Paradon and Lie.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
I guess it depends on where Ligo's able to take us.
Or willing to take us.
I think they said that it can only take you back where you came from.
True. He did say that, you're right.
He did say there was special times he can take us other places. So there is opportunity. I guess it just depends on what he's capable of doing.
I mean, we could also ask him to check if it's safe and take us back afterwards.
Elion, sitting on the other side of the couch from you guys, kind of leans over, puts his kind of elbow on it, and says, well, whatever it is, maybe the least combative option might be best for what we do next.
Well, I think immediate next is that we get some rest.
Yes, that's a given, I think.
rest and resupply.
You guys really gonna go to the Underdark?
I don't know. I'm not sure which
I think
path.
if we were to go to the Underdark, it would have to be Trey's decision. Because I'll go anywhere. But whatever they were saying, Trey was saying about feeding children, and I don't think they would feed him because he's not a child anymore, but I don't want to risk something that can just kill Trey.
I don't know what's down there.
Apparently an old dragon and an old wizard and whatever Trey's world is. I don't even know if I've heard of the Underdark.
Well, it sounds interesting. I mean, we spent a lot of time together in a mine. Sounds kind of like that.
True. So there might be those big spiders and a crazy old gnome and...
Well, I don't think we should expect the exact same thing.
No, this time there might actually be. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Trey, do you...
I
Do you know
think Trey
what you
stayed.
want?
I think Trey stayed behind.
Yeah, Jack
Yeah,
looks
Jack,
around.
as you kind of look around, you notice that Trey is not there. In the other room, Trey, as Magnus says this to you, and you take this hilt in your hand, what do you wish to do?
I like to imagine that Trey was seated by the time that Magnus came over. Maybe even his head hung low a little bit. Magnus offered that hilt, which Trey did take. And when Magnus offered a different name to him, I think that's about the time that you would see Trey transition from mopey to attentive. I think he'll scoot the chair back and stand straight up. And he'll be open palm on that hilt. And he'll leave it on the table for a second and look at it and look back up. You know that name, it doesn't exactly escape the drow lineage. Am I to expect that you, similarly, have drow lineage?
He just smiles. I think we both know, without words, who we are. It is good to see you. And he reaches out looking as if he's trying to hug you.
And Trey is just so shocked. And I think it takes a second and another. And I think his heart starts to pound. And he just looks straight through the space as if no one's there for a moment. And then it takes shape in his heart and in his head. And it's substantially different than the person standing there. It's an echo of something far forgotten. A dark space, a silhouette of someone who shouldn't even be. And Trey trembles, and he just steps forward, arms out, shaking, and he takes the person in his hands. I don't understand how you're here, but I don't care anymore, Similai. And there's just a death grip, as if a hard wind could blow this kite out the window, and this child is so scared to lose it. And every ounce of strength he has just crushes this person against Trey's chest. How did you even know about Alira?
And you see Magnus's face, this bravado, this commanding person coming in nonchalant. As you kind of pull yourself in, you see that face of strength drop for a second, almost looking like kindness and love, as you feel no resistance to this hug, and this squeeze and this energy that you're putting into him is reciprocated. He lets it happen. He leans into it, and you feel a warmth from him. And that was... I tried to find you and did not know that I was followed. It led to what happened to her, and From then, I made sure to keep my distance. I'm sorry.
Trey sucks hard at the air in the room, and it's a trembling stutter, like his heart and lungs can't agree on what to do inside his chest. And he pretty sharply pulls himself together, and still holding Similai so close. It seems like the entire world wants to keep us in the dark, even though we left it behind all that time ago. And I'm scared to even let go and look at you right now. Like, once I do, the memories will catch up to the time it is right before us. But it will make even less sense than I expected it to. I don't know. I don't know why it took this long and these events to bring us together. And I don't know what's going to happen when I let go. So I just want to be here for just a moment longer if you'll let me. And Trey's going to squeeze him even tighter.
Yeah. A little kind of smile there to the corner of his mouth. Waited many years. A few minutes is nothing. And you feel him kind of squeeze in even tighter. There is a lot happening. This should stay between us for now. More complications on what is already in motion is not wise.
And Trey is going to take a sharp breath, and something rigid will re-enter his posture. The time that he spent in the military. In this moment, he's gone from someone who's scared and confused to somebody who needs to protect something. And he straightens up, puts both of his hands on the shoulders of this person before him, and he steps back to actually look. And the silhouette of memory swirls to take form of the person he already knew, and needs time for the memory and the visage before him to overlap. And he gets this stern look on his face. He's serious now. And he wipes away all the childish tears from before, the selfishness that he once held. And he is filled with purpose in this moment. And the weakness begins to flood out of him, like his shadow spilling across the floor, flickering in the dancing flame. And he looks every bit the soldier for a moment. So what we do going forward?
Our relationship should stay between us to try and accomplish some of the tasks that are laid out here before us today. The return of magic, then there would be no need for the engine. Our people would be free.
I'll do what it takes. Similai. Whatever it takes.
Nods with a smile, puts his both hands on your shoulders. Very well. From here, Trey. Perhaps reunite with your friends. I will join shortly. He pulls you in for one last hug.
And like the last sip of air before you go into an underwater cave, not knowing if you'll make it out on the other side, Trey pulls him in for one last moment. And then turns and collects the hilt from the table and walks to join the rest of the crew.
Awesome. You see Magnus kind of sit back down and put his hands on the table and kind of look at the very head of the table where you kind of see Gar still going through the papers and kind of just glance up as you exit the room. You all see a Trey entering the room. Trey, you get now an image of the room taking in kind of the conversations scattered of everybody that was at the meeting, kind of scattered out, and you see a group of your friends to the right as you come in. What do you wish to do?
As we see Trey approach, the conversation is going to be Felix kind of turns to Darius and just says, Darius, I was hoping to talk to Magnus a bit more before I left, but I guess I'll take this opportunity to ask you. You didn't seem too thrilled about his plan to bring magic back, but why?
You know how he wants to do it, correct?
Well, no, I wanted to know his plan.
Well, I don't know the specifics, and I imagine they don't either, otherwise it would already be in progress. But bringing back Sanguis, aka the Old One, will supposedly restore magic to the world.
I mean, well, there's it's your friend Trey, right? We haven't really met yet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was a friend of a friend, and he's just been kind of helping us out.
That's right. I've heard a great bit about you, Felix. Tinkerspark, I believe. It's nice
Yeah,
to finally
yeah.
meet you.
Felix will stand up, extend his hand enthusiastically for a handshake.
You're leading the effort in reinvigorating Nuven Moria. Have I got that about right?
Yeah, we well, my friends and I, who you're familiar with, we arrived there together some time ago, and when they journeyed on, I felt it important to stay behind and try to reinvigorate it. As you said, that's a good word for it, and our efforts have produced results. It's been great, you know. We've done a lot together to make it a much better place and to try and reconnect with other towns across the land. But we're finding now that there are limitations to what we can accomplish as long as, I guess, the current order of things exists. I'm excited about what we can accomplish with the ship, but I just, like I said, Darius, I'm sorry, I don't know much about this Old One, but if there was a way to bring magic back so that everybody had access to it, that just sounds like a better world.
I don't disagree, which is why I offered what I offered to Magnus. But I don't think that innocent people should suffer just to restore magic.
No, of course, that's not what I want either.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, Felix, you seemed a bit interested in what it takes to bring it back. Have you got any ideas? Any leads at all?
Don't. To be honest with you, Trey, it's not something I've ever truly theorized about. There were some thinkers that theorized about it a long time ago, and I've read some of their works, but it was all so hypothetical. My people moved on from the whole idea of bringing magic back the way it was so long ago, and we focused on artificing, on a way to infuse and draw magic out of the materials that we had in a way that could allow us to kind of compensate for the fact that magic wasn't available, that it wasn't all around us and in the air. And so that's the trade that I learned to practice, but it doesn't compare to truly weaving the arcane around you. The whole idea of it is exhilarating.
You remind me a bit of some of the guys back in the Nolja in Cinecolum. Yeah, I expect you get along great.
Well, I mean, if they like magic and creations as much as I do, I would love. I'm always happy to share ideas.
I can tell by, well, by your entrance, and from what I've heard, you do make great use of artifice. And if you're going to be the one to restore one of those ships, a Centaurium ship, with that special wood you require, then I believe we could get that accomplished, especially with you leading the design. Have you got everything you need to get that ship done?
Yeah, we're in the position to do it now. I would say the only thing we maybe lacked were funds, but enough people from the meeting have pledged their support that I don't think it'll be much longer now until we can really get things moving. And then, well, my hope is that with that, if the plan is to travel, I want to be there. I want to travel with you. I want to see this through.
I do worry. I'd heard rumors. I don't usually put much stock in the grapevine, but I'd heard that Centaurium ships had a habit of crashing near Van Moria, at least way back then. Do you think that you'll be able to prevent any more Centaurium ships from crashing near New Van Moria?
I think that we can prevent that. Yes, I won't get into all the details here, but we've analyzed a lot of the flaws in the design and the conditions that caused those certain scenarios, and everybody that all the different factors that could have caused those crashes and could potentially cause future crashes. And we also analyzed the different materials and the way they were put together and the magic that was infused into them and the way that the tides flow, and also the fact that if you consider the moon phases, anyway, yes, I think that we just about have it figured out.
Do you expect that maybe you'd be able to return to your island with that Centaurium ship?
I do think that it is certainly a possibility, and truthfully, it is the goal that I initially. It was a strong motivator for me when I started this project, but it seems that things have changed a lot. The stakes have changed, and my goals and what's important to me have changed too. So I think that I need to be here or wherever we need to be to stop whatever's coming.
I do worry about Centaurium's meddling. If they catch word that you've got one of their ships, I don't expect they're going to be happy.
Well, we've taken that into consideration as well, and that is why we've hopefully developed a way for them to, at least for us to avoid detection for some period of time. We just have to make sure that we don't flaunt the whole thing in their faces, I guess, is the main thing.
Maybe paint it a different color as well.
Yes, we could definitely do that. Jak, if you would like to volunteer to do the painting.
I mean, I could. I don't know how long it would take. How big is it?
It is quite large. Not as big as some of the other ships. We actually spent a lot of time analyzing some of those older, larger designs, and we actually determined that that size of ship is not actually required. It more comes down to how you use the ship.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I'd be willing to help, especially if we're going to use it efficiently.
In any case, Trey, before you came, I was asking the others if they were planning to go to the Underdark. They said that it was a decision that you would have to make, and I'm just wondering what your guys' next move is.
Maybe now's the time for us to talk about it. I spent a lot of time trying to understand everything that happened. And the more I think about it, the more I realize chasing the past, it's not going to make a brighter future. So I'll do what it takes. If I've got to take us back to the Underdark, I'm not going to say it's easy, but I think I could get us there.
I think that might be one of the more dangerous paths that we have to choose from. Alien, speak up.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
While Varys is a little stunted, it might be worthwhile trying to fix that problem. He was very useful with Dalen, and perhaps for the battles ahead, we could make use of him as well.
Is he going to stay and help us once he's separated from you?
One second. I see he falls silent for a second. And as he does, Lavitus, as you'd entered the room, you'd approached to where Demantrum and Arrowkeen is kind of standing behind him at the wall within the lounge. What do you wish to say to Demantrum, or what conversation would you like to strike up with Demantrum while you're over there?
The fact that the forest is thriving, last he said, I would go over wondering, you say the forest thrives with the seed home, then what of the forests here left?
Yes, the return of the seed has flourished within the Fae yet again. As for the remaining Fae forests, that is where Bondman has gone to investigate, to ensure that harm has not been done, and that the connection between the Fae and the mortal plane has not been severed within those regions. We want to stay safe, of course. How are you feeling with your newfound power?
Ready. I feel at peace.
See him grin a little, and he reaches out the huge hand, puts it on your shoulder.
You may not be my Lapidus, but you're a heck of a lot closer than what you were.
And it gives you a shake. Nods his head.
I don't laugh, even though I'm chuckling. He just nods and gives like a little branch smirk. And you should look into using the seed to strengthen each forest. That seed can bind worlds together like you can't even imagine.
Use of the seed was forbidden then, and it is forbidden now. If it is to happen, then out of all of us, I'm sure you're the one that will get the message.
Well, if my travels bring me to those forests, then I shall nurture them as best I can.
And we will be there to help.
And yeah, with that, I'm just gonna go find a place in the corner to try to short rest here, or long rest. Did we say we got a long rest?
No, you guys get a short rest in the main hall when you first got here. But yeah, you take scan in the room. You can see everybody from the meeting is kind of scattered out, talking different areas of this lounging area. You see the group, Trey and Felix, Darius, Luke, Jak, and Elion up in the corner, just to the right of the entrance to the room. Did you want to find somewhere by yourself, or do you want to regroup with the rest, or?
Who was in the corner near the top corner? You said.
Your whole party is up there right now.
Oh yeah. I'll regroup with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you just said Jak and someone else was. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll regroup with the party up to the top corner.
Okay. Hey, you start walking up there. You guys see as
Would
your
you say
guys
I'm
are
making my way?
You start walking your way. As you guys are having your conversation, you kind of do get a glance of Lapidus walking up towards you guys.
Well, we were discussing a bit about what maybe would be a best next move, and I'm glad to hear that some of us don't want to go to the Underdark immediately. Lapidus, we had just learned that there's an island to the north called Elion. Is that something that you're familiar with?
No. And I'm just like a blank stare to the.
That fellow over there, and you see Elion kind of pointing over to the back corner of the room, where you guys can see Seraph and the Dragonborn talking. You seem to know some. Maybe somebody, not me, could go and ask him, maybe?
Well,
Sure.
I've dealt with Dragonborns in the past.
all right. Well, whatever you guys decide, if your intention is to hopefully use the ship soon to travel somewhere, then I'm going to need to make sure that it's ready. So I think you guys still have a way to get in touch, I hope, with Jonas at least.
I still have the stone, and actually I'm capable of sending on better days. I'm a little tired today.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to go... Looks around. I'm going to go find Ligo and have him bring me back and finish construction as fast as I can so that when you guys are ready to go, it's ready for you. But keep in touch. Depending on what you decide to do, if there's any way that I can help, reach out to Jonas if I'm back.
Well, I could message you as well, Felix.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Or message me. Yes.
We've all advanced a bit.
Yes, my connection to the weave seems to be deepening. In a world without magic, it's a little disheartening.
And I can see so magic within.
Well, Felix, before you leave, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like a bit of privacy with you for just a moment. It won't take long.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
And Trey will step near Felix and kind of look for a spot in the room that's not like really tight. It's okay if anybody was to overhear us a little bit.
Yeah.
But Trey's
Yeah.
trying to grab a one-on-one with Felix for a second.
Sure, yeah. You can move to the kind of bottom corner of the room. Available seating.
Darius goes to get up and do his thing, and then he realizes he's so exhausted, and he just kind of back in the couch.
So Trey is going to pull out this scroll. I don't know if it's actually a scroll or not, but it is a map, and it's a map of Taleth. I don't mean to alarm you, and I don't expect you to be too worried about it, but I do need you to know the name Explorator Noctis. Judging by the way that this map seems that they've been moving about, they have a base that's not too far from Nuven Moria. It is a good bit away, and I don't think you need to be too concerned about it, but I need you to be aware that there are drows from the Underdark that want me back, and that's why it's dangerous. They've got ill intent for me. These guys are connected to the engine in the Underdark, and if they find out that we rely heavily on you, you might become a pawn in their game. So I just want you to be aware of another faction.
Okay. Don't worry, Trey. I mean, you're one of us now, right? So we'll look out for you, and don't worry about me. I got friends too. I appreciate the heads up, but don't worry. I can handle myself.
I believe you, Felix. And based off what everyone said about you, I don't think I need to be worried. Thank you.
Thank you. And it was good to meet you. I hope to see you again soon.
I'm sure it won't be long. Now, you going out of here, Felix. I'm sure you got important work to do.
Yeah, well, for all of us, hopefully it'll be ready soon. Stay in touch. And as he makes for the door and starts looking around, he'll kind of give a wave to the guys on his way out.
Yeah. Elion waves and says, thank you again for saving me. Grateful.
Take care of yourself, Felix. I'm sure I'll be in touch soon.
I hope so. Not as long this time.
Yeah. Jack's just like curled over on the couch.
You guys see Felix head out of the room into the hallway beyond. Ryan, thanks for
he's
playing
gone.
again.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Well, let's go choose to take the ship right now.
Yeah.
Let's all just go
I
with
was gonna be
Felix.
and I cast sending to Felix. No.
Yeah. Yeah, so Felix walks out to go find Lego to be returned back.
Okay. Did Darius know that Trey was with Magnus in the previous room?
Roll an intelligence check to see if you would have put it together.
It's a flat 10.
Flat 10. You didn't know for sure. Like, you look around, you don't see Magnus, but you weren't for sure it was just them in there.
So is Trey coming back to us?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that Trey and Felix were in the same room. He just grabbed a spot.
No, I
to-
know, but you were away, right? I'm not going to shout across the room to you what I'm about to say. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Trey would be coming back to the group. I think we still need to delineate.
Okay. So Darius seems like, what took you so long? Do you have to go number 2?
And Trey, you know, he kind of stands there for just a second longer than would be comfortable in conversation, and then he reaches back and pulls out the hilt that Magnus had given him. But you see, I stayed behind for just a bit. Magnus had something that he wanted to offer me, and he holds the hilt up. I've not had enough time to really make sense of it, but he says it's a weapon that should be of benefit to me. Judging by the hilt, I expect it's some sort of sword.
You two have been quite chummy lately.
I've got a lot to try to sort out, and best I could think, from what we knew before, Magnus was involved with things that were completely unkind. And now it seems like the tides are turning, and I couldn't quite decide if I thought that maybe he was starting to grow a bit weak. And you've seen it, at least I expect so. And if that weakness isn't going to get him thrust out of the enemy's group, if you will, maybe they're not going to see him as useful. Maybe they see him as a liability. And maybe that weakness has brought him to us. I'm still curious about all that.
I'm weary that if the only reason he is helping us is because he needs us, what happens when he doesn't?
I've given that thought. It seems like we're waiting on the other shoe to drop. And can we trust him when things get bad? I don't know if he's earned your trust.
I wouldn't say trust. He definitely earned some points back in the hold. He did help us quite a bit. And he didn't stop us from anything we were doing, so...
I don't know what to make of it yet, Darius. It just feels like so much has happened all at once, and yeah, I don't have it sorted out in my head.
All right. Well, I need to know that I can trust you.
I don't know what it would take to earn that trust, but I'll do what it takes.
At the moment, yeah, I guess you get an honorary badge of trust.
Yeah, you know, for all the times I've spent deep in the gutter, carving through flesh with other men, even blokes you don't like, somehow shared experiences like that tend to bring you together.
True.
Lapidus hearing this, he looks at his axe, takes a little branch, just a little one with a few leaves on it, just snaps it off, and puts it like a lapel pin. Badge of honorary badge, as I'm like sliding it in.
Darius just kind of cocks his head a little bit. You're sure you're not Mastos?
And same deadpan look before. No.
No, you're not sure.
No.
Okay, well, that doesn't make things clearer. Now I don't know who you are. Wonderful.
Lapidus.
I love this world. It is so fun. So fun.
I never actually got to meet Lapidus. I understand that maybe Jak was able to see Lapidus, and Darius, I assume that you've seen him as well. But
Yes.
am I to believe that there's something different about you, Lapidus, who stands before us?
You know how you have all those different trays?
Sure.
They're you, but they're not you?
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is like, except he didn't... Well, I guess he did technically come from another dimension.
Look down at Trey and I'm like,
I believe you said something to the effect of Yggdrasil had sent you here. Have I got that about right?
Yggdrasil. Right. I'm saying that right. Okay. Thanks for practicing.
I'm proud of you, actually.
Thank you.
It's a pretty complicated word.
You know me. It's
I know.
Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil.
That's right. That's the word that you said. It was Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil.
Well, I hope that Yggdrasil has found you well to us. And if you're anything like the Mastos that I knew, and the Lapidus I did not, I believe that we'll be safer for having you here. So I appreciate everything you'll do for us.
He's nothing like Mastos. That little branch thing he did with the badge, that's the closest personality perk that I've seen crossover between the two. Otherwise, he's like, no offense. And he says, like, looking up to him.
Candy's like,
It's as if, you know, when you get like a pumpkin and you cut them out? That's kind of what he's like. He's like Lapidus, but somebody scooped them all out. And it's just...
scooping me out.
All right.
They know what I like.
It's a bit similar, but not quite exactly the same. changed.
Yes, the other Lapidus. I mean, he was like a too, but he still had that like quirkiness of Mastos. It was still kind of baked in. And that's what I mean. He's still but there's nothing baked in anymore.
Well, I can only expect that we seem as alien to you as maybe you seem to us. Did you have variants of us from where you came from? Do you feel attachment in any way?
Yggdrasil has brought me here, and she is the thing that binds. And I feel.
Darius leans into Trey. He's like, this one doesn't seem quite as clever as Mastos was.
I like
I
it though.
feel bound to all of you, but not for service.
Huh.
But
Well, I appreciate your honesty. You know, I gotta say, Lapidus, you're a bit more certain, more confident, and you don't speak quite as rapidly. Now, I know that you're not exactly the same guy, and if you did know anything like us, we're probably going to be different, so it seems like a fresh start. But it does feel comforting having you here, especially having just lost Mastos. The Mastos was an interesting character. I think everybody can agree. I don't expect you to replace him in our hearts, but it just feels nice having you here.
I am thankful this bond is here. The feeling that I am not alone here. I am Lapidus.
While this conversation is happening, I want to check in. Jak, you said you were potentially going to go talk to the guy that Elion had pointed out, but then this conversation kind of kicked in. Were you staying for the conversation, or did you want to go talk to the guy that Elion was pointing out about the island?
I think Jak would get distracted by the conversation, and I think even in the attempting to listen to it, as he's kind of like nodding his head off from just being tired, is going to fight as long as he can to listen to the conversation, and hasn't actually gotten up or anything.
For sure. Yeah, so you're still on the couch there. As you guys are waiting for Lapidus to finish his sentence, waiting patiently, your Elion speak up. I'll go check in with that fellow, see what he knows. And steps up quickly and starts confidently walking across the floor towards the corner where Seraph and Forlock are.
You know, I've never actually been to any of the islands. Most people have not, but I know each of you have. And they say that Killian was a northern island. Were any of you from there?
Were any of us from there, DM? I don't have my map.
I look over. I've never been to an island.
Darius, nobody was from Killian. I can confirm, so you don't have to waste time looking at your map.
Thank you. No. I'm not. I don't think Jak is. Atlas wasn't. He was from another one. That His name escapes me.
Ninak.
Yeah, yes, that's it. Ninak. Yeah, my brain just spoke to me. I'm tired, okay? Both in game and out of game. No, so none of us are from there. Why?
I thought I recalled that a few of you, maybe even all of you, were from Northern Irelands, and I just thought that maybe one of you had been from there. Maybe you might know something about this living clay.
No. The first time I heard of it was when I can't remember who I asked, but I asked someone about Elion's necklace, and they had mentioned it or something, I think.
Aristos.
Yes. It was Aristos. But I hadn't heard of it before then.
You know, I wonder. Elion's got that pendant. I believe I heard it. Somebody called it the sinking eye.
Yeah, that's the name.
Do you think maybe Varys is in that pendant?
No. Only because I saw memories where Varys had protected Elion before he had the pendant. But the pendant is how he's able to, or at least was, how he was able to gain control. I guess he doesn't know. Elion didn't communicate that, right?
What's that?
That Garrick was blocking him? Did we learn that?
I think he communicated that
Not
he couldn't speak to
specifically
him,
Garrick,
but he didn't
yeah.
say that Garrick
Yeah.
was blocking.
Okay. Yeah, so he was using the power inside the pendant to be able to take control. I don't know if every time he does it, it like absorbs some of that power. I'm not sure.
If we were to have the living clay here right now, and Elion got involved, I expect that the plan is to have a place for Varys to go. But I don't think that Varys is the only entity involved with Elion. And if that pendant holds more than just potentially Varys, but maybe others, and maybe
it
Varys isn't
Definitely
there at
has
all.
other souls. That what we know about that pendant is it was like basically the Grim Reaper's scythe, except it was his eye, and he lost it in a fight or something. I mean, Elion showed it to him, and he seemed to let him keep it.
If we could put Varys in the living clay, does that mean that whoever's in that pendant might also have an opportunity to go into the living clay?
Well, I would hope that only one person ends up in there. 1. 2, I also hope that it doesn't consume those souls. That's a concern. 2.
That might be a bridge best left when we cross it. Right. I would hate to have enough living clay for one person and not get the right person.
What if we had like one large heat person, and then we put them into like 6 little people?
Like what they did with the Shade Hearts.
No, I'm not saying we carve soul energy off of a soul. I'm saying there's souls inside the pendant, and Varys is inside Elion's head. So we could make one person the size of, say, me, or we could make like 6 1-foot persons and put one soul in each thing.
Curious.
They would be very little, and they would probably need someone to cast a spell to make them bigger forever.
Well, I wonder if the opposite's true. If we find ourselves with an abundance of living clay, could we make a gargantuan man?
Probably.
I guess we won't know until we find some, right?
I mean, I've heard of like constructs and golems, but I don't know how that works. I don't know if they put souls inside them. I hope not. That would suck. I don't want to be someone's golem for the rest of my life.
Well, if we can get magic back, maybe we don't need to worry about it no more.
Right, without, torturing or killing or hurting innocent people.
As you say that, and you're talking to Trey, you see over his shoulder, you see Magnus enter the room. He kind of takes a look around, big smile on his face, kind of nods over towards the group, and you see him walking over towards the other side of the room where Dimension is.
Darius will immediately move to intersect. Excuse me, and he's gonna push his way through.
Yeah, he takes a couple of steps in, just slowly, confidently walking over towards, and yeah, you very easily kind of like scuttle over there and stand in front.
What the hell are you doing?
What's the problem? Going to say hello to Mr. Demantum again. We are now on speaking terms.
You think because
across the table?
You think because he agreed not to rip your face off that you're on speaking terms? You know what? No, never mind. Go ahead. And he moves out of the way and like gives him the go ahead.
He kind of like nods his head to the side, nods down a little bit towards you, and continues walking over towards Dimension.
I will follow, but at maybe like a 5 foot distance.
Okay. As you're following, he kind of like stops a little bit, kind of looking over his shoulder at you. Do you wish to join the conversation? You can stand beside me. It's a little creepy.
I just want to make sure that...
Don't worry, I won't kill him.
I'm not worried about you.
You're worried about me?
What?
That is very sweet.
I said I'm not worried about you.
Yes, that's what I said. I said I wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you killing him.
You're worried about him killing me?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's very nice that you care.
No, it's not like that, but sure, if it makes you feel better.
Don't be shy, Darius. Don't be shy. And he starts walking towards the matchup.
You do not know me if you think I'm shy. Darius starts unzipping all his clothes, getting naked.
Drops his pantaloons. Yeah, you see Magnus. Do you continue to follow or can I watch? Or...
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. You stay a few feet behind Magnus. As he's walking towards Demantrum, you can see Demantrum kind of sitting on the lounge chair, looking up towards Arrowkeen. You see him verbally talking to Arrowkeen, but nothing coming back. As you recall, Arrowkeen cannot speak verbally. So he looks like he's just having a conversation, but only one side of it. But he notices immediately Magnus approaching and stops talking and turns. Stays seated. You see a look of seriousness kind of come across his face. The kind of slight smile that was there comes straight. Sits up a little bit straighter as Magnus kind of almost bows to him. Madam, good to see you again. On better terms, I see.
What do you want, Magnus?
I just thought we should have a discussion now that we are on speaking terms. A good idea, no? Just have a seat. He sits down on the edge of the lounge, about 5 feet between him and Demantrum, as Demantrum just staring him down. Magnus kind of just flicks one leg up, kind of almost cross-legged, one on the ground, one across his knee, hands together. Darius, you wish to be part of the conversation? Everything is copacetic here.
You really are a shit disturber, aren't you?
Just here for conversation. Brought to this meeting room. What do you do at meetings? You talk.
You're like one of those people who sits outside of a rabid wolf's cage with a piece of meat.
Sometimes it's fun to watch.
You're a psychopath. And he won't sit down, but he'll stay there.
Okay. His face drops a little bit, saying you're not going to go off, and he kind of like gives a nod of acceptance that you don't seem to be going anywhere. So yeah, he turns to Demandrum and we have unfinished business. You understand?
It's unforgivable what you did. You're the reason that I was trapped for centuries.
I understand. I was not aware that that would happen, so to blame me is a little bit.
You understand the evils that you were doing, and other things that would happen, the ramifications of your actions.
I understand, but I have greater plans, greater ideals that must be played out, and sometimes difficult decisions happen, and people get caught in the crossfire.
Excuses. You're selfish. You care of no one but yourself.
That is not true. I, like you, have things I like to protect. Now, our interactions had ramifications for you, but also for me. And you see him reach out and pull his sleeve up. And Darius, you've seen this before. These kind of black veins, almost like they're pulsing right up his arm. As he kind of reaches out and kind of shows us at Demandrum. Demandrum, you see the serious kind of snarl in his face almost turn to a grin.
Someone's not feeling well.
Yes. Illness has befallen me. A mixture of magics within my body, apparently. The power was a little bit more than these mortal bones and flesh could handle.
That's what you get for playing with things that you don't understand.
Yes, I understand. And rolls his eyes at him. I have a favor to ask. Demandrum.
Darius actually laughs with him. Like,
A favor from me to you.
You fool. He starts rolling back. You see the whole kind of lounge chair start like shaking as the Demandrum starts leaning back. Arrowkeen, you see kind of behind the masked figure with the kind of runes on the mask, kind of like shaking from side to side. If he could make sound, you would picture him to be laughing.
Does Darius laugh louder with Demandrum when he laughs?
He's laughing at the same.
no. Yeah,
Louder?
It's a normal laugh. He's not trying to like out macho him.
Yeah, you all do hear the laugh. Demandrum is quite vocal. I understand how this may come across. However, the goals that I have would also be beneficial to you and the people that you are now protecting as well. Demandrum kind of settles down a little bit. And leans down on his hulking legs, one elbow kind of reaching on each knee, kind of looking over at him, seemingly interested now. The return of magic, I think we can both agree, would be beneficial for everyone on the mortal plane. And the Fae, yes?
But at what cost, Silverstrum?
That is apparently what we are all here to figure out. I worry that this goal, my part in it, my part to play, may come a little bit to an abrupt end. I ask for your help to remove what remains of you from within me. See Demandrum's head kind of turn a little bit, lean back.
What are you saying?
Well, it appears that when I locked what I had of you within me, that is what is eating me from inside. Smile again comes across Demandrum.
So, you tried to destroy me, but it looks like I'm the one destroying you.
Yes, well, If we are to work towards a common goal, I think that me not coming to a disastrous random end would not be the best for everyone. He looks around, see the Mantrum kind of taken in the room. Those of you are watching, kind of, you can see him thinking and kind of processing everything that's gone on over the last 2 centuries in this moment. Thinking,
There are people that need vengeance for what you've done. People right now that temporarily have stopped hunting you. How do they get their vengeance if you walk still breathing?
Magnus turns. Those that are watching can see him look over towards Trey. He looks back towards the Mantrum. When this goal is achieved, I will turn myself over to you and your hunters. And you may act upon me whichever punishment you see fit.
Some sort of trick.
And he looks over towards Arakeen. Arakeen nods ahead. Imagine I'm staring up at Arakeen. After a few seconds, he kind of nods ahead towards Arakeen.
How would this extraction take place?
Well, there is a few things to be figured out, but the first step is knowing you would be willing.
What if we don't do a removal rather than a transfer?
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, I already have Dementrum's power flowing through me. Give me his essence that you have inside you.
It is not quite that easy. It was a blood weaver that I worked with to enact the experiments, and when the experiments did not work, it was the magic of blood weaving that sealed the Mantram's essence within me, so that he could not thwart further plans.
Well,
But-
you said that that device you have might be able to impact blood weaving.
That device will eradicate the power of the weave. If I was to do that, I would lose everything.
Oh, it's a fitting punishment if you ask me.
If that's what Phantom decides when this is over, then I accept that fate. I understand there's things that I have done that many would not. I have spoken by the goal and what I was working towards, and I understand that I must pay for those actions, but if the goal is accomplished, then I will pay the debt.
Darius looks at Mantrum.
First voice, what do you think?
He did help us, and he didn't need to. And sure, that could have been done to gain favor, but not only did he help us, he didn't stop us in doing anything we were doing, and he even went a step further and removed the room for us. I think that's earned him at least one request.
I must say that my time of stone has hardened me somewhat. Adapting to being more social with people and understanding them, their goals, their motivations, their feelings, has been difficult. I must rely on others for now, until it comes to me.
He turns to Magnus.
It would appear that you may have an opportunity, a chance. You have proven yourself for at least this audience. Come to me with how this would happen, how this would work. And I will bring it to the first voice for review.
Darius kneels and like pats his shoulder, and he's like, "Huh, looks like the rules have changed now. Ball's in my court, Maggie Poo." And he gets up and walks away.
He just turns and looks at the corner of eye and just kind of watch you walk away. And
And he
nods
like
his head.
Darius like very like sexily walks, like shakes his ass.
Sachets.
As you walk away, you see Magnus turn to Demandrum, kind of nod, and you can kind of hear some mumbles as they continue to talk. During this time, as you guys see Darius run off towards Magnus, Jak is currently almost asleep. You see his eyelids kind of flickering. Trey and Lapidus, what are you guys doing?
Well, Lapidus, if you don't mind, maybe it's a good time to make introductions. Everybody calls me Trey. I can borrow different versions of myself. You probably saw about how that works out. That's Jak Nara. He's a young whelp, but he's got a lot of potential in him, and a fierceness, a warrior spirit, much like yours, I assume. That over there is Darius. He got a lot of magic in him, and a connection to the Mantram. But I imagine that you could probably ascertain a lot from what was just said there. I don't know a lot about Elion, but I know that he's got more than one voice in his head. Another figure, Varus. We don't know much about him, other than he's powerful. But at present, I don't expect, is able to come and speak with us. Do you have any questions for any of us?
Look at Trey and I said, Trey, Jak, Darius, Elion, Varus. I am Lapidus.
Excellent. A man of few words, you know. You would have done really well in the military.
I look down at my axe and this is not for wars of mortals. This is for a war on something more.
Well, I know we don't owe you nothing, Lapidus. But having you here to share your wisdom with us is comforting.
I actually feel thankful for you, or for me to be here because of all of you.
But we're glad to have you. It's still a bit sore, you know, having lost the Mastos, but I'm sure we'll get to know each other in time.
With that, I reach out for a massive. You see, it's just like this massive tree of an arm. It's not really a tree, just metaphorically a tree of an arm.
And is that meant to be like a handshake gesture?
Yeah. No words spoken though.
And Trey will. I'm assuming that this is just a massive hand, And Trey will reach up and put his infinitesimal digits into your tree roots.
They like delicately like surprisingly delicate grip. And yeah, he will shake Trey's hand. Happy to be here.
I know it isn't easy opening up to new people, no, and you've only just met us. But if you ever need to talk to anybody, I know so few people would understand even the concept of being somewhere else. A lot of people could say somewhere else, but you and I might be the few who understand somewhere else. So if you ever need someone to talk to about it, I'm right here for you.
Thank you. And like he just gives your hand like a little and let's go. And he goes to like step away and just kind of rest for possibly a long time.
Yeah, Lapidus kind of leans back onto one of the couches and kind of sinks into it. Surprisingly comfortable and can take the weight. These things, you don't know what they're made of, but it is exquisite when you sit on it. And as you do, you see to the corner of your eye, you see Darius heading back towards the group. Darius, you kind of see Lapidus, after kind of shaking the hand, sit down on the lounge. As you guys hear like a fluttering noise. As you see an owl from the bottom corner of the room, from where Lucam is, flutter on top of the post that is behind Jak, facing the front entrance. And as it does this, you all see Gar shuffled his way into the entrance, smile on his face, kind of brushing his big white beard, looking around, kind of taking everybody in, looking rather pleased that everybody seems to be having a good time. Kind of clocks over to Magnus and Demantrum. You see this worried look on his face. I'll be right back to see what happens next. Take a break.
Excellent.
welcome back. As we left off, the group in the lounge area within Gar's home, everybody from the meeting kind of mingling, having their own little chit-chats. At this point, Magnus having a conversation with the Mantram that Darius was kind of beside to make sure everything stayed copacetic. Seemed to be kind of wrapping up, so I headed back to the group. As he did, an owl fluttered up behind Jak on a post from Lucam, the elf that you guys kind of seen in the previous room earlier, as Gar enters the room with a worried look, looking over towards the Mantram and Magnus. Kind of takes it in for a second and sees that there's nothing flying across the room, no swords swinging, and you almost see like a visible kind of like the shoulders kind of drop a little bit. Kind of looks over at the ATLADS, kind of gives a nod, and then heads over to talk to, you see him walking over towards Jasper. So what would you all like to do?
I think Jak is just going to give in to his sleepiness. He got used and abused and has exhausted every ability he's is capable of in combat and was easily defeated by Dalen. And I think as he's been trying to stay awake, he's just going to kind of give in and he's going to slump back in the seat and kind of not purposely, but just kind of laying like Indarine more than he would like people to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You lean into her and kind of let the darkness take you.
Yeah, and I think he is going to begin his resting time.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Going for that long rest.
Lapidus is going to go lie down on one of the couches as well.
He's just not going to move from where he was.
Okay. Let's put you on a chair. Boop.
Completely unmovable.
Bam. Darius?
I couldn't talk. I had my headset on, but I didn't have the mic set to my headset.
Oh.
And I wouldn't have been able to talk anyway because I was trying to put my kid to bed.
Oh. Perfect timing.
Yes. Yeah, at this point, is Gar in the room now? You said he
So
came
Gar
in?
just entered. Yeah, he just went over.
Yeah.
He checked out the situation with the Mantram, seen it was okay, and went over to talk to Jasper.
Okay, I am gonna go talk to him, but I will like respect their privacy. If they're having a conversation, I'll just kind of keep a distance until they wave me over.
Okay, yeah, sure. And Trey, what would you be up to?
I think, yeah, about the time that Jak and Lapidus are nodding off, Elion having left the room, I think Trey's kind of got that on the back of his mind. But he did want to go see Jasper for just a moment. So I imagine Gar is probably walking over to talk to Jasper right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trey probably would have been sort of shuffling his way there.
Okay.
He's going to give people their time to speak, but he did want to go and see Jasper for just a moment.
Yeah, for sure. As you guys watch, Darius and Trey, you're kind of making your way over a little bit closer, heading over. But yeah, you see Gar stop, kind of talking to Jasper, who is talking to Elion Moonshadow. Elowin's sitting on the couch, Jasper kind of facing him, just kind of chitter-chatter. See a little bit of laughter and chuckling coming from Jasper as he kind of notices Gar come over his shoulder. Yeah. Right, Gar, what's going on, mate? Well, pretty good meeting. You get what you want out of it, or what do you think? Well, I think so. I hope everybody is on the same page. Hope we come to some good conclusions, some good plans. Better work on this ritual. I can't believe the Mind's Devour. I can't believe we have it in our hands. This is... Oh, never thought I'd see the day. Just at this point, Trey and Darius, you kind of walking towards, you kind of hear this. Doesn't seem like a very personal conversation. If you guys wish to approach, you may do so.
Yeah, so I will walk up. So, fate of the world on a random group of adventurers' shoulders. No big deal, right?
Sometimes that's the best, and known if you're known, then maybe you're a target already. Yeah.
So, I don't want to press it, but anything you guys can give us to help.
Yeah, mate. Like what you need? I've got access to a lot of resources and stuff. You look pretty geared up. Look like you got pretty good stuff on you. What could fill in the gaps?
Potions, anything really. I mean, maybe you have some better items than what I've got on me right now. Something I can swap out for. And even if it's just to borrow, I could return it to you. You know, once the world is saved.
Oh, well, we'll get you some potions. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, some visibility is usually useful. I could probably get you one of those. And healing, of course, you can always get used to healing. He kind of looks at it. I don't think any of his use poison or anything, do you? Don't think you got anybody who use that kind of thing.
He kind of sits and thinks about it. I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
I mean, maybe Jack could dip his arrows in poison. I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, I'll go see if I can throw a few things together for you. It take a little bit of time now. You're gonna be heading out or staying here? What's the plan?
Well, that was my next question. In terms of accommodations, guard, are there rooms for us?
Well, just do individual rooms, but you're more than welcome to stay here. This room is indeed designed for such relaxation.
Do you mind if I put up my own little, kind of like a tent for privacy?
As long as it doesn't disturb anyone else, I don't see why not.
No, of course. I'll do it in a corner somewhere where it won't bother people.
Okay. Well, you'll find that if you do need something, you could just ask. It'll be delivered, assuming that we have access to it, and you will find that the accommodations here are quite exquisite.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, the magical energies within this room. You'll find that you won't quite need as much time to rest yourself, to replenish yourself, as you normally would. I'm quite proud of it.
It's actually pretty cool.
Is it? It's pretty amazing that you see anything like it. He knows what he's doing, this fella. If I had it custom made.
While he's
Would I
talking, you
myself,
just
of
see
course.
Darius kind of just like, his eyes glaze over, and he's like...
Yes, here.
Best you go get some shut eye before you fall over.
Right. I won't fall over. Believe me, I've done worse than this. And I will stumble into a corner that looks as far away from people as possible. And then I'm going to be like, ATLADS!
Yeah, as you kind of start walking away, Trey, you kind of hear this interaction. What do you wish to do there?
Well, Jasper, it looks like maybe we need to have a bit of a team meeting. But before we go, I had a couple of questions. Number one.
Mate, shoot out. What you got for me?
Yeah, that boy Jak Nara, he's got a Norja pistol, but it seems he, sometimes runs out of ammo a bit quickly. You know those young sort always pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
You
because he
think maybe
misses
you
so
could-
much, doesn't he?
Oh,
Such a long
God.
pose to get the hit in.
Get on with it, Jasper.
Oh,
Oh,
you
come
scamp.
on. Give the boy his credit. He deserves it.
Well, he
Do
did
you think-
survive, but he was supposed to die, so you gotta give him some credit.
Hey. Well, do you think maybe you could see what you could do about getting him a few more bullets for that Norja pistol?
I don't see why not. Pretty easy to get. It's a little bit harder to get specialty ones, but we can definitely get him some normal ones, eh? How much you thinking? How much does he miss?
I don't know what he would need, if I'm honest. I think he's got a bandolier that he likes to keep some of his ammo loaded up in. And I've seen him reload it rather quickly, so I can only imagine he's getting a bit low.
All right, well, see what we can get for him. A couple of bullets, yeah.
Maybe
Darius did a
at
couple
least
of
enough to fit.
potions too.
Yeah. And now, it's been a while. And you remember that time I stepped on Cecil's tail? And he just glared at me and hissed at me all the time. Do you
Well,
think-
he don't forget. That's for sure.
So many of the cats like me, but Cecil never seemed to forgive me for it. Do you think he's got it in his heart?
Oh, he's a stubborn one, hey.
Ah, well. World can't be perfect now, can it?
Nah.
I appreciate you, Jasper. And, you know, I kind of miss the good old days. I left Sinacalum and Caterva Invergar, and I was selfish. You know, I just couldn't let the past die. And I couldn't help but get myself in trouble trying to figure out exactly what was going on, and I've not really even got much closer, so I just sort of... part of me wishes I hadn't gone to begin with. I miss you guys.
Yeah, you know, like a soft smile towards you. Oh, mate, we miss you too, mate. We do. But, according to this, fellas, you got a bigger part to play in all this. Just bumming around Sinacalum? Look at all this here. Except for Gar. Gar kind of gives you a smile and a nod. Yes, bigger things.
You're right, Jasper.
Bigger things.
On the bigger, greater things, just like you always said. Yeah.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, mate. Anything else you need, just shout out old Justice Sunstorm, take care of you. You know it.
You always do. All right, I better get off then. Thank you, Jasper.
All right, we'll see you again soon. We'll figure out what we can get some of this stuff for you.
And Trey will scamper off over to Darius and maybe try to help rouse Jak and Lapidus from their comfy bench.
So over in the corner of the room, that is in the corner, Darius, if you did want to use that for the dome, they would already be there.
Oh, perfect.
Just to make it more efficient.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Darius, you head over, start your incantation, starting to put the dome up. As you see everybody else just seems to continue talking. You do notice that Magnus does get up from the mansion just a few minutes after you leave, Darius, and start heading towards the exit to the room. So unless anybody wants to do anything specific, Darius, you complete your ritual in the dome. Is it just transparent, or do you have any specific appearance to the dome? Does it look like a big present or anything?
I feel like I would actually make it look like a tent, like a domed tent.
Okay, yeah, for sure. As you do start casting, a few minutes into it, you hear a little pitter patter as you look around, and you see Elion just skimpering over, sitting on the edge of one of the chairs, and you can see like he's almost looking at the ceiling. His eyes are kind of up a little bit, and he's kind of nodding his head a little. And as he does it, he pulls out his journal, and you see him start scribbling in his journal.
What's
So, not right now. Scroll.
What?
Trying to remember. Remembering. Mumbling to himself.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to sleep. A good day, night, good sleep.
You hear in your head, have a good sleep, Darius.
I hate when you do that. I guess other people probably feel this way about me. Yeah, you too, Varys. Whether you're friend or foe.
We're all friends.
Uh-huh.
Elion just scribbling away. No acknowledgement of it.
Wait, so this is like permanent?
No reply.
Okay, I guess not.
Spooky.
Is everybody going to sleep? I know Jak and Lapidus are already asleep. Trey, what are you up to?
Trey's like standing right outside the dome or whatever shape it takes. Am I allowed to just enter, or should I? And he brings his finger up to poke the dome.
You would have had to have been in it when I cast it.
So it just goes bink.
Yeah, or literally will repel you.
Well then.
Sorry, that's why I called everyone over. But, you know, yeah.
Nah, it's
Sorry.
cool. You get your shy. Elion, did you say you were gonna go and see Forlock?
You see him scribbling away. He's like, yeah, did. Just trying to document everything.
Right.
And you hear in
Okay.
your head,
We got some information. Can't forget it, you know.
And Trey he kind of looks a bit concerned. I don't think he's ever directly spoken with anybody like that before. Oh, with the team, sure, but not specifically with another entity within Elion. And he'll kind of like try to remember how to talk back in his brain. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Can you hear me?
If I want to.
Well, I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe this is Varys. Thank you for helping us. First of all, he wouldn't have got out of that fight with Elion if it weren't for you. So thank you. Elion's scribbling away in that book. Maybe he found out something about Killian from Forlock, if I got that about right.
He had some information that might be useful. Sounds a little dangerous. Elion might need some convincing.
And what do you think?
I think whatever brings us to the conclusion of separation between me and my brother will be best for all.
Don't be so quick to give him up, Varys. Sometimes that distance can be painful.
Sometimes I think distance would be better than this existence. Sometimes even nothing at all.
Well, I don't know if I can talk to you freely all the time, but if you feel like you need to say something, you can speak to me. Maybe you already knew that. It's good to hear you.
Interesting. I usually don't get such a positive response. But thank you.
Well, a lot of us seem to be a bit ready to lay it down, but I got a lot on my mind. I'm gonna look for somewhere that I can see what this new sword of mine does. You know how to contact me if you need me.
Indeed I do.
And Trey is gonna take a few steps away to kind of get away from everybody and maybe try to clear his thoughts for a moment. And I think he'll sort of absent-mindedly walk back to the room that we were teleported into. It seemed like there was a good bit of space there. And Trey, he's gonna enter this not quite meditative from the perspective of sitting there doing absolutely nothing, but he's gonna go through different combat motions. His sort of like katas, his training, and that'll be something that he's doing to exercise his body to help focus his mind, and he'll do that for a while.
okay, yeah, absolutely. You head back down the hallway and out into the sort of the grand room with the throne and the kind of the pedestals lining it, papers and books in these shelves, but nice big open space for you to feel the flow of all your moves as you kind of focus in on that for a while. Elion within the dome after a while, kind of nodding his head and finishing up the final kind of scribbles, and nods his head, close the book, and those of you that are weak kind of hear him just say, all right, we should get some rest now. You see him kind of curl up on his side, putting his book in his against his chest, kind of hugging it as he goes to sleep. Trey, as you're going through your emotions and kind of focusing in your form of kind of resting, if you will, going to these tranquil motions and thoughts, almost like a deep combat meditation. You do notice the elf with the owl on his shoulder kind of walk through the room, kind of look at you, and kind of, even though it's this distance, you're not even kind of focusing, you don't notice like an acknowledgement or a nod, and they head to the north, out of the north exit of the room to leave you to your meditation. A few hours go by. About an hour goes by. Trey, you continue your workings.
I get the feeling that about an hour would be enough, that hopefully Trey can sort of settle his thoughts a bit, and I think he'll transition from his active exercise meditation to just him sitting there, and he'll take on that sort of restful trance where he will be cross-legged, immobile, eyes closed. He'll be resting at this point, but his mind will still be somewhat active.
Yeah, absolutely. So a few hours pass by. About 3 hours pass by at this stage. And Jak, you're the first to open your eyes, and you kind of look out, and you can see kind of your teammates, minus Trey, kind of laying around you, sleeping. And you see the room now almost empty as you kind of glance around. A few people left, but you immediately feel refreshed, and you can mark off a long rest. All of you can mark off a long rest, as this room does indeed cut your rest time in half. You see,
Excellent.
within the room, you see Elion Moonshadow still there. You see there's Elion Moonshadow, Demandrum and Arrowkeen are still there. And you see the gentleman in the yellow robes with the green druid. So that's still who's remaining in the room.
I think Jak would get up, kind of feel that he is surprised that in this short amount of time feels like he's gotten the full night in. And he would get up, kind of survey the room, see who's there, see that his team is sleeping, who's not there, and he is going to start and make his way towards the Mantrum.
Okay. You just start to head over. Lapidus and Darius, can you roll a perception for me?
Nat one.
You are snoozing it up.
First
sorry.
rolls of the night.
Technically, it's my second. I, like, just for fun, rolled my 2 dice, and I rolled 2 nat 20s.
And sorry, Lapidus, what were you? I had you muted for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. And also in that one.
Oh, perfect. You guys are still fast
Yeah,
asleep.
twins. Yeah, twinsies.
Yeah, Jak, you absolutely, you feel refreshed. You notice your colleague's still sleeping, and you head on over to Demandrum. You can see Demandrum is laid back, kind of arms kind of raised on the couch. He's kind of just looking over towards the ATLADS, but also kind of just like keeping an eye on the room. He just looks chill.
Chilling.
Arrowkeen still standing on the wall beside him, leaning up against it. Yeah, as you kind of to approach, he kind of gives you a smile and a nod.
Mr. Nara, welcome.
That's good to see you. I guess this is what you look like in person.
Indeed, a little too intimidating, perhaps.
No, but it is.
No. As soon as you say no, you see he puts one foot down and just stands up, and you kind of raise your head to see the muscular, hulking form of Demandrum as he kind of turns his head with a smile.
You are very large, and I don't think you would be a pleasant battle, but I don't know. Dalen was very strong, and I just went in after it. I still lost, tragically, but I don't know. Do you?
Did you fight with all your heart?
Yes, I did. He's
And that's
just...
all that matters, Nara. True warrior. Even in defeat, you can win.
Very lapidus sounding.
What?
I guess. I don't know.
I taught him everything he knows. Oh, wait, you mean this new one?
No,
He
the old
grumbles
one.
and sits down.
No, the old one. Do you want Mastos's body? I don't know if you want to return it to the Fae and let it rest, or we'll go out and bury him. But I took his body in case something. I just felt like it'd be more proper to let him go home.
Yeah, you see the smiling, jovial face kind of drop a little bit, and he rests his arms on his knees.
I think he would want to be laid in the Fae. I had not thought of it, but that might be best.
Mastos was pretty stupid and hard to deal with, and very annoying, but he had a way about him that was something I lacked, and that was how to enjoy life. And it's a perspective I am going to try to enjoy more. And he may not have been my most pleasant person I've traveled with, but I'm better for it. So I would like to at least pay him that kind of respect and let him lay where he would want to.
You see him look very impressed.
It's very mature of you, Jak. Was not
Alright.
expecting that.
Well,
Your growth is something of a wonder.
there's a lot more I can do to grow, and I'm striving for it. And with that, I know you entrusted me with Talamor's favor, and it's put some meaning back into me, to where I don't want to have to put on the gauntlets ever again, and I will still lay down my own life for Darius. But is there anything else that you need? Within my capacity, obviously, that I can do.
He looks up at you and kind of holds your stare for a moment, almost like he's looking through you.
I've seen the potential in you, Jak. I jest, I joke. But you do have a warrior's heart. Was earlier buried underneath childishness. But a warrior nonetheless, and Draconis must have seen that also. And I am grateful and pleased that you have sought me to assist you through this next stage, this next path that you walk down. And Darius will be there by your side, as you by his. And I believe there is greatness to come. And perhaps I should be asking you, instead, what is this I can do for you?
I guess give me wisdom. I need to be the leader some of them see or expect, and I need to be a strong foundation like Trey. Somebody who so much is going on in this world, and my life is just blown up into this disaster. And somebody like Trey has walked in and just so calm, remembers everything, remembers to take care of everybody, to check on everybody's well-being, to make sure we have food, drink, and probably weapons and ammo, and I'm still just making sure we're going the right direction and trying to put on the bravest face I can, and then jumping into a fight as soon as one happens, and learning what fights to avoid. And I don't know. I need to. You're this magical fae beast monster man, and you are in charge of a bunch of stuff and have followers, and now you have somebody preaching about you. I don't know, that takes a lot of wisdom and leadership capabilities, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
And nods his head a little bit, the understanding of what you're saying.
You know, whenever I made Lapidus the commander of his team, he was not the smartest, not the most intelligent, not the wisest either. Oh, by the gods, was he not the wisest? But
See that?
he knew the strength in his team. He knew the strengths of each one and what they brought. He was able to lean on them, rely on their skills when needed. And that's what made a great leader. For a leader is only as good as the team that they drive. No one person can do it alone. Identify their skills and lean on those when needed. They will appreciate you for it, and you'll be guided well. And you can always ask for a little bit of help. From not just myself, of course.
And he looks down towards your brooch, or emblem that is attached to your cape.
I thought Sparrow isn't here like you guys.
Yes, indeed. Nothing but a whisper of a god now, it appears. But according to Gar, she is guiding you. At least that's what he believes. So it doesn't hurt to reach out.
So now I have to reach out to you, Lego, and Sparrow.
You reach out to Lego. He's a madman. Why are you reaching out to him?
He likes to watch, and he's kind of intimidating and very...
You like to be watched.
No, but he likes to watch. Like when we fight, and whenever he misses something intense, he kind of rides me about it. And I don't want him to be like mad at me.
That is fair. He isn't somebody I would like mad at me either. But not do you have to reach out to these people, and they were simply tools to be used when a specific job is at hand.
I guess I'll try that. Are you going to finish up things with Magnus? I saw him walk over, and I didn't hear it all, but you didn't kill him like I thought you were going to, so does that mean you forgive him?
He leans back again in that more sort of relaxed posture.
I must admit, I was a little rash when I first seen him, but so many years of built-up anger and frustration, you understand, can come out quite swiftly. No, there are better things and uses, I think, for Magnus than simple destruction. He has use, and he has asked me for assistance. The gall to ask me for assistance, but nonetheless, Darius has suggested, but perhaps we entertain this for now, at least.
It's weird saying Darius suggested that and you listened to him, but he does have some ideas. Oh, that's one of the things I could identify about him.
You're already doing it, Jak. See, have faith in yourself. And me, obviously.
And Jack's gonna pull into his bag and he's gonna pull out his portable hole. Mastos is in here, and so is Dalen. I didn't know if anyone wanted to like look at him, make sure he's dead, study him.
You didn't check to see if he's dead.
No, he's dead. He's dead. I just, with his simulacrum capabilities and other things, I don't know.
Yes.
He was there. I threw him in. He was powerful, so I don't know. I just did that. But if you want to take Mastos home, I'll let you hold on to this, and when you're done with it, you can return it or add it to your, consider it a gift or something, as respect, or a donation of respect or something.
I think we'll do that. I will bring him to the Fae. We will bring Khalid and Juranik. The other two... From what I understand, Chantra does not wish to return to the Fae. But perhaps she would want to say goodbye to what was left of Lapidus, the original. I will do this, and I will return this item when it has been done.
I appreciate it. I guess I'm gonna go walk around and see what else this place has to offer, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm appreciative of the things you've done for me.
He nods his head.
I appreciate what you have done, Jak. You did not need to help me and Darius, but you chose to, and with the risk of sacrifice of Reen.
You see Reen kind of sparking in those kind of shadows, kind of moving her head back and forth.
A true test of faith, which you passed. And we are very grateful for you to be among the ranks.
As am I. And he'll kind of give him like a half bow and turn away.
Kind of half bow, and he kind of raises his huge fist.
For the Fae Forged.
And a big smile comes across his face.
Fae Forged. Jack will turn away.
Okay. After this conversation, Darius and Lapidus, you both now start to rouse and rise and see the room as it is.
I assume the dome's gone, or would it still be up?
It would still be up. Yeah, it's only been 4 hours.
Oh, I've never woke up with it here. Is this what it's like for you guys? Well.
With that, you see Elion kind of like flicker awake, startled kind of at the noise. Everything okay?
Oh, fine, it's fine. Prestidigitation. Do you have any, Gar? Do you have any of that, brown bean juice?
You call out, and you see the Gar's nowhere.
Is there anybody here?
You see Elo and Moonshadow sitting. You see Demantrum and Arrowkeen as well, halfway down the room. And you see fellow in yellow robes with the green druid as well, still down at the end of it.
Does anyone know if they have the brown bean juice here?
Let's yell at her.
Do you mean coffee?
Sure, that's what some people call it.
This one would like some coffee.
And he points over towards you. And you hear this. Chick. You look at the ceiling and you see this little slot open up.
I'm sorry, what?
And you see a small panel open up. And you see coming down blue skin and color and these fluttering silvery wings. About maybe 6 or 7 inches in height. a dark colored, what he described to be fairy, flutter down from the top of the ceiling. I'll look
hello.
down, see the point over and see you. Looks down at you, and no words are spoken, but in your mind you feel intent. A question. Would you like coffee? But you hear no words, but you understand the meaning of this feeling.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, what are you doing to me? Wow.
Wing slapping.
Yes? I don't know how to feel that back to you. This is weird. It's just like, I think yes, and I'm like...
And you see the small fairy head kind of nod towards you. It's a little bit strange. The entirety of the skin, this dark blue color, these little tufts of black hair, almost like in a mohawk. And the wings and the skin itself almost looks like it has little pieces of fur or something over the skin. Looks very strange, but yet gives a very positive feeling about it. And as soon as you give that intent of yes, off it goes down, and the panel closes up.
Oh man, I needed that rest. Everybody feeling better?
Yes, pretty well rested, I think. You see Elion kind of look up at the ceiling for a second. Do a little kind of head shake, like, oh, thinks everything's okay. Lapidus, you rested?
It's like the eyes just like slowly open up. It's like, yes. He stands up and like there's like roots formed all over from his legs. Took a root. And
I think he maybe stayed there a little bit too long.
No, I'm sure he's fine. He's a big, strong man. Thing.
man thing.
At this
Stand.
point, sorry, go ahead, Lapidus.
I just stand waiting. That's it. Just looking around like, okay.
Yeah, you stand up, and in the main hall, Trey, as you kind of come out of your meditation and take it in, you see the hall as you left it. Nobody there.
Yeah, I think Trey, he would definitely recognize that he'd been here quite some time and that his friends would have been resting as well. I think he would know that they're probably still asleep, given like how long he expects a person to be sleeping.
Mhm.
So he would go in there probably expecting them to still be asleep, and he's just going to go check on them.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you walk in, you do indeed see them awake. You don't see the dome there anymore. You see Darius kind of looking at the ceiling as you just see this kind of panel close up. And yeah, you see Elion and Lapidus kind of rousing. Yep.
I was gonna say after Jack walked away from the Mantrum, he was gonna go look for Trey.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say kind of as you go to walk off, and this is kind of happening with the rest of the group, you'd probably more meet Trey in the hallway outside as he's coming in and you're heading out.
Okay, yeah, Jack would just like walk right up to him, get pretty close. Did you get rested, Trey?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually nod off heading to pillow top sleep, but I feel pretty good. It looked like you were nodding off on that sofa back there, but it's only been, maybe a few hours. Are you still tired?
I'm not actually. I'm assuming Gar's special room or something in here. Maybe it's the sofa. I would say let's stuff one of those in my portable hole, but I just gave mine to Mantrum. But, yeah. I guess we can be straight shooters with one another. I don't know. I was kind of fading in and out the whole conversation, but have we decided anything? And I guess I wanted to hear it directly from you. Do you want to go to the Underdark?
I'd mentioned that I would do what it took to get us to the Underdark if that's what we needed to do. And I have my reservations about going. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Elion mentioned that he was concerned if we didn't have something to sort out his challenges with Varus, then it would be unwise to go. At least that's how I surmised about what he was trying to say. So I won't deny that I don't especially want to go to the Underdark immediately. And it seems that the rest of the team will be curious to learn about this living clay in the island of Killian, I believe. You were nodding off, so maybe you didn't hear, but I asked you islanders, I believe you're all from the Northern Islands. Have you ever heard of Killian?
Has Jack ever heard of Killian?
Roll a history.
I also rolled a nat one.
No, you didn't.
Oh my God,
That's
Tim, your prophecy is
crazy.
coming true.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
I told
work.
Jay that nat ones from here on out.
Yeah.
After I rolled the dual nat 20s, he was like, maybe nat 1s from here on out.
So no, you've never heard of it.
I'm unfamiliar. I don't really have. I really didn't have access to maps on my island.
Right, I've mucked about Talath a bit, but I've not gone to the Northern Islands. But I mean, you can expect that nobody really has. But it seems like maybe that's where we're going to head to. Now, I tried to talk with Elion a bit, but he was quite absorbed in his scribblings in his book. I think he's talked to that new forelock. So maybe he's got something he could tell us. Have you seen Elion? Is he awake?
If I had to guess, Darius put up his room and they all slept in there. I was already out, so
I thought I
woke-
put it up over them.
Yeah, Jack was. Yeah, I walked out of it, so Darius was nice enough to put me in it during the night, or the rest. And I do believe I saw Elion over there.
Well, are you the only one up, or is everybody rousing it about this time?
I spoke with the Mantram for a few minutes, and I believe when I was walking away to come find you, they were beginning to get up.
Right, you said that you'd given the Mantram the portable hall. Does that mean he's got Dalen and the Mastos?
Yeah, I don't know if we'd have time to bury Mastos, but I found it more suitable to have Demantrum taken back to the Fae and put him there.
I couldn't possibly know this, but I'll get a feeling that that's what Mastos would have wanted. So thank you.
Yeah, I think it is also what he would want, and I think Demantrum said that too. So Demantrum seemed a bit shocked that I went over and talked to him, and was all mature, but it was good. It gave me some perspective on what to do moving forward. But I wanted to make sure with you before we. I don't know if a decision's actually been made yet, so we're eventually gonna come to that crossroad, and if it needs to be an executive decision made, I'll make it. But I just wanted to make sure what you wanted to do. I am all about tearing apart your childhood home and ruining what they did to you guys as kids and how messed up it sounds. But if it's dangerous, I'm not afraid of that. But if it's, dare I say it, traumatic, I don't want to put you in a state of I guess, trauma.
I appreciate you would say that, Jak. You're right. I've got some heavy feelings about what that means for us, but if it's what we got to do, it's what we got to do. That's what it means to be grown. You do things that are hard, and you don't let it stop you. So if push comes to shove and we got to get back down there and take that engine, well, you know what? I'm here to support the ATLADS, 100%.
As the leader of the ATLADS, and Jak kind of smiles, I would say you're a full-fledged ATLAD by now. I trust you.
Taking the group decisions out of the mix now, huh? Slowly becoming a dictator. I see how it is.
The power's gone to his head. Jak's gonna start bopping people with Talimore's favor. Get back to work.
Job's done.
I appreciate you would say that, Jak. It means a lot to me. But speaking of the ATLADS, maybe we should go check on them.
That works. Jak will turn around and start moving back to the room.
Besides, I got this cool sword I got to show off. I've learned a good bit about it.
What does it do?
And Trey looks at him with a devilish smile. And he doesn't stop locking eyes with Trey when he uses a bonus action to actually conjure the blade within the hilt. This white shimmering light just like tears into the hallway that we're standing in, enough that Trey was kind of anticipating it, but he still has to like wince a little bit from just how resplendent this blade shimmers with this like almost timelessness, this ethereal shimmer about this blade.
Oh, that is... Are you conjuring the magic for the blade?
I can feel a bit of a pull to it. It feels familiar. Maybe I'll show you sometime.
Fancier than my stuff, but still cool.
And then he'll retract the blade. Speaking of your stuff, make sure you caught up with Jasper at some point if you can. I've asked him if maybe we could borrow some ammunition for your Noldra pistol. I don't know if he's going to have it anytime soon, but I expect we'll be able to get some for you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you looking out.
And Trey pats him on the back as they turn the corner to walk into the room with the rest of the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, as you come in, you see Darius and Lapidus still there, Elion. While they were having that conversation, Darius, Lapidus, you guys want to do anything, say anything, or just waiting for your coffee?
Coffee.
Lapidus,
Nope, I'm just waiting to go to the Underdark.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you guys enter. You see Darius kind of staring up towards the ceiling. Jak and Trey, you come in. The Mantram and Arrowkeen, you're working towards you now. The Mantram kind of looks over towards the group.
It's time I take my leave. ATLADS, first voice.
Kind of bows down.
Darius does like a fancy bow.
Jak does the Fey Forged hand symbol.
The Mantram kind of like this smile comes across and kind of he holds his hand up. Like,
may your battles be victorious.
Fey Forge for life.
Indeed.
Faithforge, and you see like he brings out and thrusts his hand in the air, and you see his massive two-handed blade that he holds in one hand just shoot out. And you see the top of it, about 3 inches, pierce into the ceiling. He's like, oh. He just retracts it real quick. Let's go. He's just walking through, and Arrowkeen follows him out. You can see Elion on the couch on the other side, just kind of turn his head a little bit and kind of shake his head.
Jak looks at him. Fey Forged.
What is this Forged?
The Mantrams follow us. Would you
We're
like
just-
to join us?
Ah, this must be new. I haven't seen any of it in my research.
Yeah, you could say that.
We're just forging away for the Fae. That is.
Yeah, it's good to have goals.
Well, initially the goal was to restore Demantrum's power by bringing the Fae back. Then we ran into a place that didn't want to bring the Fae back, so then I thought, well, what if people prayed to Demantrum? Which apparently boosted his power.
Traditionally, the power of faith has indeed increased those deities' abilities to do many things, on the mortal plane, especially.
Oh, there you go. So,
Did you know Atlas?
yeah, he reached out. I told you.
But
Yes.
are you like... Who
Well,
was made first?
I didn't know him. I was
Jak.
requested to.
Just
How?
because they're both automatons doesn't mean they know each other.
Who was made first?
How would he know?
I don't know, he's probably been around a while.
Well, to answer your question, I am older than Atlas. He was created after me. But we are a little different. I had worked with his father, Elias. I think it's okay to say father.
That's what
Worked
we
very
called him.
closely together.
So... You are just as advanced, or was Atlas just as advanced as you?
Oh. We are very different. I am but a vessel, a avatar for myself. Atlas is something very different. Atlas himself, as an automaton, is almost a person. Very different than this.
You see him kind of just look down at his entire metal body.
I mean, don't discredit what you are. You are still incredible. You're living in a world where people fight with swords, and you're a giant walking robot.
Well, I am actually an elf. This body you see before me is simply my way of mobility.
Are you inside of it?
No, I'm not. I'm in my tower.
Whoa.
What is your name?
Well, I assume that's his name.
My name is
Maybe he
Elion.
named his... Oh.
This is but a body. Not technically me.
Why can't you leave your tower?
He didn't say he couldn't.
Oh, he is correct. I cannot leave. And this body can only be so far from me. It is but a miracle that it can exist here in God's home.
That's probably by his own design.
Indeed, he's quite masterful.
Well, again, he was a god.
So where's your tower at?
It is on Talath, north of York. Only to be seen by those who I wish to have it seen.
Oh, well, never mind. I won't say we will come see you sometime.
Oh, you may visit. You are friends. Friends of Elias are friends of Elo and Moonshot.
Well, friends is a loose term.
I like that we're friends.
No, I don't mean with him. I mean with Elias. To destroy Atlas.
With good cause.
To be fair, he was trying to relocate Atlas and not destroy.
Oh, right, yes. Somebody told me that already.
It was simply the time had run out.
Either way, I didn't know Elias. I met him for 10 seconds, and then he vaporized himself.
He was a great man. I will miss him. It's been a while since I lost anyone, let alone speak with people.
Well, this is going to be very blunt, but you better buckle up because you're about to lose a lot of people.
Wow, I don't get many visitors, so not many people to lose.
I guess we should visit before we die.
Yeah.
Well, let's do what we can to prevent that. And I can have more visitors.
Yeah, we get through this, and I will try to visit you at least once a year.
I look forward to it. I'm sure there's many things that I can show you.
Oh, maybe. I'm sure there's many things I could show you.
Indeed, I'm curious if we get the opportunity.
Very well. Okay.
You hear the flapping of wings as you look up, and you see the darkened fairy coming down with what looks like straps on her back, down in between the wings, as you see what looks like a almost like a wooden cup holder, where you see a jug and 3 cups, kind of almost circling around it as she down onto the table below and takes off the straps and does almost like a little cootsie and up into the slot in the roof.
Darius, like, intense thank you to it. And he's gonna take his cup and put his pinky up, and he's gonna be like, ha!
It is rich. It is a little bit nutty. Very flavorful.
Darius likes some nut in his coffee.
Of course he does.
You have to try this coffee. It is absolutely divine. God's house. That makes sense.
Yes, I'll have some. And Elion gets up and comes over to get a cup.
Don't forget about me. I'd like some as well, please.
What, he's gonna think, can you come back?
Nothing seems to happen.
These guys want coffee too. Flying thing. Elion, can you summon them again?
If you just need cups, there are some here.
He gestures down to the table, and you can see there's some cups on his table in front of him.
Oh, am I drinking a pitcher of coffee?
Yeah. Well, there are 3 cups came with the pitcher of coffee.
Yeah.
I assumed you poured it. into one.
Nope, he's
No,
straight up
it's-
drinking it. She's like, there are cups to the table. Darius is like, whoa.
Okay. He kind of stops in his tracks then, seeing what you're doing. Like,
Perhaps more coffee is needed as well then. Could we have more coffee and mugs, please, for the ATLADS?
he calls it out and he kind of gives a nod. That's very strange. Very strange. What? So, are we going to plan to try and help Ferris?
Sorry, who's saying that? I assume Elion.
Elion.
It's up to you, really. I mean, with the 2 main paths that lay before us are up to really the people that they surround. We don't know what could happen to you if we remove him from you. And no offense, Ferris, but your voice is creepy as hell.
That's rude.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could work on it. That's all I'm saying. What if he comes out and tries to kill us all? Or you?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, and he said that he can't without my permission.
Maybe that's just currently in your body.
Right. You see him kind of turn his head a little bit, kind of look up. He says he won't kill us. He's protected us until now. I don't know why he would want... What would he get out of it if he killed us after?
Yeah, I don't know, okay? I just... Last month has been a lot on me, okay? And I don't know who to trust anymore. The people I thought I couldn't trust, apparently I can trust. And the people I thought I could trust, I can't trust. And... if there's a god that is writing our lives, he's a jerk.
It has been a lot, I think, for all of us. Yeah.
But I don't think the Underdark is the best path to start with. We do also still have to return the egg and Darius pats his bag. And there was something else we were going to do. But I think that was still related to Elion. We were going to go check whatever happened. I don't think we need to do that anymore.
I know we were close to the egg, or where to take it.
Well, we were. Well, I guess we still could be. It was kind of north of where we were. What direction did we travel? When we went to the weird cave that led us to the hold?
The weird cave was... you were heading sort of westward. And then when you guys were walking, you were heading eastward. But when you went in the portal, you really have no idea where that took you.
I mean, we could go back and then just kind of make our way east-west.
Go back to the Crimson Hawk?
Well, we don't... I think we have to.
No. Ligo said there are some special cases where he could take people to a different location than where he got them. But it's special cases, and I would say this falls under that. Because if we go back there, Paradon could still be there and ready for us.
Jack, we don't know what those special cases were. You're assuming that special case meant that the world is ending and we need these people's help, so I'm going to make a special case. Special case could just mean there was a surge of a certain type of energy and he could take them anywhere in that moment. Like, it could be anything.
Or a special case is we all got called to some meeting and we had to talk about infinite possibilities and how ours is messed up. And
that was the first option that I said.
I say we ask him. And if we can, we could go back to Arakan, or we could see if we could go to Haven. And it's a waterfall to the Keepers of the West, so...
Are they going to be okay with you?
I mean, what are they going to do? Stop me? I'm returning an egg.
Yeah.
Leave it out front.
You did, I don't know, break your connection to their order. They may not be happy about it.
Well, I mean... That's a good point, but... I think if anything goes bad, I can ask Demantrum for some more help. Lean on my team and the party around me, and we can handle anything we're thrown at.
You hear this fluttering of wings as you look up and see a darkened fairy, this time a dark red skin color, as it flutters down to the table in front of Elion, placing down another jug with cups in a cup holder, and flutters off into the ceiling as the panel closes up.
Oh, blessed cherub, be still my beating heart.
Yeah, I suppose we should pick a path. I don't think we should do the Underdark. I think we should... Well, unless you want to take the egg back first.
I mean... We're near.
Didn't you say it was dead? Or broken?
Yes. It's dead, but they still want to take it. Maybe he said if anyone, they would know what to do with it.
Doesn't seem too pressing.
Trey's gonna pick up a hot cup of coffee off the table. Well, if Lego can, take us somewhere. Maybe we should decide for ourselves where, other than the Crimson Ark, we'd like to be teleported, if it's an option.
Okay, what was
Nico's abilities are a little bit restrictive, from what I understand. The person he moves to specific places, a lot of the times needs to have a connection to that place. He himself has quite a lot of freedom. If you need to go somewhere, I myself have the ability for certain places, if you need.
Okay, so if we're not doing the Underdark, what was the other option?
To
The living clay.
get Varys
Yeah,
and myself
right.
separated.
Is Varys going to stay with us afterwards, or is he going to go discover his new life in his new body? 'Cause I feel like, the impending doom of the world might be...
He says he doesn't know until he is free.
Well, I'm not the leader, so... Jak?
Perhaps I should fill the group in on some details that Forlock had let me in on.
Sure.
That might be best.
Okay.
So, this island... Apparently, the living clay was said to come from a meteor or something that fell from the sky. It's done something to the island that unleashed different beasts or monsters that are not normally seen here in this time. Centaurium stopped communicating to the island as there was nobody there to communicate with. The only successful journey was from monks that did indeed bring back some of this living clay. And it is said that the last visit from Centaurium, the boat was docked there and never returned. He has shown me where it is on the map. How to get there or home, however, may be an issue.
Well, home I don't think is the issue. There's a boat for us to bring home.
Assuming it doesn't need repaired or anything. Yeah. Can anybody...
Maybe.
Is anybody a sailor and know how to pilot a boat? Drive a boat?
I'm sure it can't be that hard.
You need, if it's just a regular boat, sailboat, you need wind and something to steer. I agree. I don't think it would be too difficult, but I'm definitely not trained in it. But I could probably pick it up.
We're all going to drown at sea.
So, home might not be a problem. So, getting there, I'm assuming we would need Felix's ship or the submersible, or...
Yeah, I mean, Felix said he was going to work on it. Is there anything we could do in the interim while he does that?
There is one option. I don't mean to eavesdrop, but it is just his ear and you're very loud.
You are sitting next to us, so, it's...
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't overstepping. One of my abilities to teleport, I can attempt to teleport you somewhere. It definitely helps if you have something from that place. If you would have something from the island, then I could perhaps get you there, be more successful.
Is there any of that
Yeah.
living clay? Any samples anywhere?
Bollock explained that what was there was used. However, he has trapped indefinitely the being that was created from it. So technically, we could use that, as it is still the living clay, even though it is this entity.
Wait, hold on. This small, yet probably very important detail. Forlock said it was all used?
The parts that the monks brought back, yes. Said what
Oh,
remains
okay.
would be on the island.
Okay. That makes a little more sense and is less concerning. Okay. All right. Well, then I guess we're going to get the living clay.
Well, was there any mention made of what about that living clay made it need to be restrained and locked away?
He did divulge that he kind of stops for a few seconds. It is possible that the attacker that Ferris fended off from my party used it to try and bring back a friend. He did not know the ritual or how to use it properly. And this now being is an amalgamation of both of them with almost no coherent thought.
So just to be clear, this fairly, I think, feral individual had no idea what he was doing and decided to use something alien from this planet and magic he knew nothing about. Is he an idiot?
From his explanation, very much so.
Well, that's fair. Well, was it his wife or something?
Apparently, his best friend. A Ska and Ren or Rex? Rex Ren? Something?
Those are stupid names.
Yes. The description of the dwarf, the location obviously makes sense that it was who Varys fought.
Well, they sounded really close. We probably don't know the full story.
I don't need to know the full story. If you ever try to pull something like that, I will kick your ass.
I'd have to ask Demantrum first.
You have to ask Demantrum for permission for me to kick your ass?
No, if you died and there was some way to bring you back, I'd probably ask Demantrum if it's something he wanted.
Well, then let Demantrum do it, please. I don't want to be an amalgamation with you. No offense. You're lovely, Jak. You're a beautiful man, but boy. But no, don't do magics. You don't know how you. No, just don't. It's not good.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Okay, so living clay. Yes, that's the next goal.
And Jak is gonna look to Trey. Subtly look to Trey.
I apologize. I was typing away at a bunch of notes trying to get caught up with everything. So we're saying, talking about the living clay, asking Jak what we should do with the living clay. That's what was
Jak-
happening.
No, I'm just I'm trying to confirm that that's our next goal. That's what we're doing next. And then Jak said, "Well," and he subtly looked at you.
Well, It seems I'm a bit out of coffee. That living clay is something that maybe we could, or the sample that we've got. We're thinking that maybe Elion could help us get to Killian if we were to find the currently available living clay that's got a feral creature trapped inside of it. And that should significantly cut down the time that we've got to spend. Maybe it's worth our time.
Not
We
necessarily
won't get another shot if we
time,
leave.
but it will guarantee that we do get to the island.
It will
Or at least-
provide a higher rate of success.
Yes, I was going to say, at least increase our chances.
I may get you there, but perhaps not exactly where planned.
This living clay, is it spreading all over the island?
No, he said it was said to be isolated in the underground buried asteroid meteor.
All right. What type of dangers are on this island?
Don't know if I want to divulge all that now. What if we just get where we're going? We don't even see the dangers.
So you know what's there. You don't want to prepare us.
I don't want to be in any danger at all. And I understand that ignoring it probably isn't the most healthy way to be, but the thoughts of going to the Underdark, fighting a mad wizard and a dragon is absolutely frightening.
Yeah, so those are your options.
Well, according to the documents of the monks that were there are beasts unseen on any other lands. Some tall, large teeth, small arms, some flying, wings, claws, some heavily armored, large, on 4 legs, horns. But apparently there is a village. It's unknown if they're people or who's there.
Well,
Oh, yes, he did say the document's called The Beast something. What was it? He takes out his book and he starts flipping it. Ah, yes. Dinosaurs. I'm gonna leave it there for this week.
dinosaur.
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 Good session, so you guys have a rough idea of what you might be doing. Good.
Hooray.
Awesome. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Be back next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST. See you then. Bye.
Bye.